Hey everyone, welcome back. So I've got two phones on my desk today. On one side, my old iPhone 13 Pro in graphite, and on the other, the brand new iPhone 17 in this really nice lavender color. And this video it's for a few specific people. Maybe you're still using a 13 Pro and you're looking at your battery health and you're wondering, is it finally time to upgrade? Or maybe you're on an older phone like an iPhone 11 or 12 and you're trying to decide, should I buy a used 13 Pro or should I just go for the new 17? Well, today we're going to cover pretty much all of it. We'll talk about the design, the massive display difference on this year's base model, the performance on the latest iOS 26, the cameras, and of course we have to talk about battery life. We'll also touch on Apple Intelligence and honestly why it might not matter as much as you think. This is the one to watch before you buy or upgrade. Before we get into the new stuff, let's just talk about this 13 Pro for a second. When this thing came out back in 2021, it was a huge deal. This was the first iPhone to get ProMotion, that 120 Hz smooth scrolling. And I remember reviewers at the time saying, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It was one of those ooh and ah features. The battery life, when it was new, was incredible. It was a sigh of relief. It had this new 3x telephoto lens, which was a nice jump from the 2x on the 12 Pro. And that A15 chip, it's still fast today. This phone for me was my main daily driver for about 2 years. It's just a really solid device, but a lot has changed. I went from the 13 Pro, skipped the 14 Pro, went to the 15 Pro, skipped the 16 Pro, and now I'm on the 17 Pro as my main phone. I actually just did a video on the 13 Pro versus the 17 Pro a couple of weeks ago. You can check that out. Okay, so let's look at them, design and display. The 13 Pro has those flat, sharp stainless steel sides, which, some people love. The 17 feels more like the 15 and 16 series with those softer, more contoured edges. It's a bit more comfortable to hold, honestly. The 17 is also slightly bigger. This is a 6.3 inch display versus the 6.1 inch on the 13 Pro. But because the bezels are so thin, they're just tiny. The actual body of the phone doesn't feel that much bigger. It just feels all screen. It's more immersive. But the biggest story here, the absolute game changer is this. The base model iPhone 17 finally has ProMotion. For years, if you wanted that 120 Hz buttery smooth display, you had to buy a Pro model. Now, it's right here. And it's the newer kind that can go all the way down to 1 Hz for the always-on display. It's bright, it's fluid, and honestly, it makes the iPhone 17 feel like a Pro model. This right here, this is a dream come true for a lot of people who have been waiting. Oh, and of course the 17 has the action button and that new camera control button from last year. The 13 Pro, just has the classic mute switch. Alright, performance. This is where it gets really interesting. This 13 Pro, it's running the latest public stable version of iOS 26, with all the new liquid glass animations. And I gotta say, I really appreciate what Apple did with iOS 26. It's so fluid, it makes older versions like even iOS 18 feel, it feels old now. And even with all this new glassy, bouncy stuff that's, pretty resource heavy, the 13 Pro, it holds up surprisingly well. I ran Geekbench 6 on it and it scored 2,417 on single core and 5,766 on multi-core. For a phone this old, that's really good. And the big reason for this, and this is important, is the 6 GB of RAM. My regular iPhone 13, which I did another video on, it's pretty common for it to reload apps in the background because it only has 4 gigs of RAM. This 6 gigs on the Pro model, it really makes a difference. It's not quite as good at holding apps as say the 8 GB in the 15 Pro or 16 Pro, but the real gap, the huge gap, is when you compare it to the new 17 Pro, which has 12 GB of RAM. Okay, now let's talk about the 17. This has the new A19 chip, and wow, the scores are they're insane. I got 3,573 on single core and 9,143 on multi-core. Just so you know, that's faster than last year's 16 Pro Max. And when you paired that much power with a 120 Hz display, the whole experience is it's on another level. On the 16 base model, you had all that power, but the 60 Hz screen made it feel, a little choppy. This is the real deal. Gaming on this from casual to AAA titles. It's just great. The 13 Pro is still really playable on high settings, but yeah, it definitely gets warm during long sessions. Okay, now let's talk battery life. My 13 Pro, I mean, I love this phone, but the battery, it's pretty cooked. It's at 71% battery health, and at this point, it really sucks, I'm not gonna lie. If I try to use this as my daily driver, I am charging this thing 2, sometimes 3 times a day. Even the standby time isn't great, it just drains so fast. It's not like how it was when it was new or even just above 80%. Now, the iPhone 17, I mean, it's brand new. Of course, it's at 100% health, under 10 cycles. But with that efficient A19 chip, this is a solid all-day phone. No problem at all. So if you're a 13 Pro user, you're pretty much at a crossroads, which we'll get to that. Now, the cameras. This is where it's a really interesting comparison. The 13 Pro has that Pro system. 3 12-megapixel lenses, a main, an ultra-wide, and a 3x optical telephoto lens. And they're still great cameras. But the 17, this is a huge upgrade for a base model. You get a new dual 48-megapixel system, that new larger main sensor. It's so much better at managing light exposure and low light. The photos are just more detailed. And because it's 48 megapixels, you get that 2x in-sensor zoom, which it's optical quality. It looks fantastic. The ultra-wide is also 48 megapixels, which means you get that super sharp macro mode that used to be a Pro-only feature. So here's the trade-off. You lose the 3x optical telephoto lens from the 13 Pro. The 3x digital crop on the 17, it's okay. But honestly, in a lot of lighting, the 2x on the 17 looks better than the 3x on the 13 Pro. And then you've got the front camera, the new 18 megapixel front camera on the 17. You've probably seen this. It's kind of gone viral. It has this new square sensor that can go super wide, and you can even shoot in landscape without turning your phone. It's actually really fun and useful. I'm pretty sure, every Android phone out there is gonna copy this trend next year. So, software. As I said, both phones run iOS 26, which is great, but there's one big feature difference, Apple Intelligence. The iPhone 13 Pro, with its A15 chip and 6 gigabytes of RAM, it does not support Apple Intelligence. You need an A17 Pro or newer for that. The new iPhone 17, of course, has it. Now, here's my honest take on that. For me, it's not a big thing. Not at all. Apple Intelligence by now, it's still pretty early. It's still basically in beta. And most of the time, I find myself using alternatives that are frankly just more powerful, like, ChatGPT or Gemini. So is it cool? Yeah. Is it a reason to upgrade today? For me, not really. So what do you really need to consider? If you have an iPhone 13 Pro, the number one issue is battery. That's it. This 71% health, it's a pain. And it still uses the Lightning port, which everything is USB-C now. For the iPhone 17, the only real consideration, the only downside, if you're coming from a 13 Pro, is the lack of that dedicated 3x telephoto lens. That's really it. Alright, so conclusion. What's my recommendation? If you're holding on to an iPhone 13 Pro right now, you're basically at a fork in the road, especially if your battery is like mine. Path 1, just replace the battery. Honestly, for a fraction of the cost of a new phone, you can get a new battery, and this phone will feel brand new again. The performance is still there, thanks to that A15 and 6 gigs of RAM. That is the smart budget conscious move. Path 2, you upgrade. And if you want to upgrade, I really think the new iPhone 17, the base model, is one of the best upgrades in years. My main recommendation for why I think it's such a good buy is because you're finally getting ProMotion. That was always the real gap, the real feel gap between the regular and the Pro models. And now that gap is gone, you get a huge performance bump, a solid all-day battery, those new 48 megapixel cameras, and of course USB-C. Now, what if you're like me and you really use that telephoto lens? Well, then your upgrade path is clear. You go for the iPhone 17 Pro. I actually just did a video on the 13 Pro versus the 17 Pro a couple of weeks ago. You can check that out. That is a massive upgrade. You get everything, triple 48 megapixel cameras, a new 8x telephoto zoom. It's just a huge leap. That's the path I personally took. I went from the 13 Pro, skipped the 14 Pro, went to the 15 Pro, skipped the 16 Pro, and now I'm on the 17 Pro as my main phone. That 2-year Pro jump it's pretty incredible. But for the first time, I can honestly say the base model doesn't feel like a compromise. It feels like a value. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Are you still rocking the 13 Pro? Are you thinking about upgrading? I'd love to hear about it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.